Oh, hi guys. Still a bit sleepy, if you can tell from the title. I'm still trying to wake up. Day is it today? I need an energy drink or something. I'm trying to wake up the best I can. Ow. Something just flicked in my eye. Alright, it's gone now. I think something flicked in my eye. I think it was something from the bandage. Still can move, but... Oh, look. Look, it can... Look, see? You see this, guys? Look. Yeah. I'm not believing her, and she didn't say that. She didn't say that. Okay, like, guys, look at this, right? Look at this. It could sort of bend, right? But if I go like this, look at that. It sort of bends. Isn't that cool? It's like, not like tape, but it's like, yeah. It's hard to explain. Can my charger go in my phone, please? Thank you, charger. Jeez. My charger was not going in my phone. It kept it kept what's the word? It kept like getting flicked off, if that makes sense. I was like, can you just stay on my phone? Because my phone's like 20%. Man, people are so judgmental. How are you doing, podcast? You doing alright? If I don't talk much, guys, I apologize. I'm still trying to wake up. Tired day yesterday. I didn't even go to bed until 1 in the morning. I made a mistake yesterday and people are hating on me. What was the mistake? What's the mistake? Like, did you say something or do something? What's the mistake? If you're wondering why I'm doing that, it means like I'm wondering. That's why I do sometimes. Oh, I just swallowed my saliva and it didn't feel that good. I felt it straight down my throat, like zoop. Ah, it's so relaxing. I don't think that, and I believe that. But anyways, I had a tiring day yesterday because I was doing a little late night um shift at at work, and I didn't get home until 1 a.m. I mean, I love the job, sure, but it's a bit tiring. Although I love the job that I work in, well, that half the time when I'm delivering the food to people, I get hungry. Like, no, 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 no. Don't grab the food, otherwise you're gonna get complaints. And, um, if anyone is wondering what I work as, I'm a delivery driver. I do deliveries, like from like Uber Eats and stuff. It's good though. It's good. Half the time I get pretty tired doing work, but I love working. I love working. I forgot her name, but I don't hate you. Well, I don't hate you either, podcast. You're a good friend. You're a great friend, buddy. Don't let people try to hurt your feelings. And also, don't let people control what you do or don't do. They're not the boss of you. You do whatever you want to do. That's my advice, best advice. Don't let people try and control what you do or not do. I could care less what you think, bro. I could care less what the podcast thinks. He's a liar. What did podcast do? He did nothing. What did he do? I don't understand what's going on. What did podcast do? Okay, I could tell there's some sort of thing going on in my life, which I didn't expect. I think the best thing I have gotten in my job, I'm sure I've gotten like, well, not really complaints, I've gotten like rude people sometimes. Mostly I get nice people. I went to this house and I delivered like ice cream and like this person was really nice. I almost dropped the ice cream though, that's the thing. Lucky I didn't because it slipped in my hand. Sorry. Anyways, what I was saying is that I had the ice cream in my hand, right? And I was walking to the person's home to deliver it to him, and it slipped in my hand, but I grabbed it in time. And oh, if I dropped that ice cream, I probably would have been in trouble, like a lot of trouble. But I'm glad I didn't drop the ice cream though. I apologized to the person there, and they're like, "No, no, it's okay." I was like, "I'm sorry. I'm like pretty tired. I did not mean to like almost drop." They're like, "No, no, you're good. You're good. They're good. You're good." And I was like, "Oh, thank you, thank you. I'm sorry though. I'm still sorry again." They're like, "No, no, you're fine. You're fine." And I said, "If I dropped the ice cream, I would have just gone back and get you a new one." It's like, "Oh no, 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 you're fine, dude. You're fine. I get it. I get it." Oh, that was the first time I actually thought I was gonna drop it, and then I thought the guy was gonna get mad, but he understood. He understood. I just said that like the ice cream's just so cold, that's why, and he said, "Oh yeah, I understand, dude." And I said, "I almost dropped someone's food, from Nando's," but they were like, "Oh really?" And I was like, "Yeah, the food was so hot, I almost dropped it because it was burning my hands." And the person said, "What did you do?" And then, um, I said to the person I said to the person before I went to do another delivery, I said, "Oh, like the food was roasting hot, like roasting, but it was hot." And I put it down on like not like on the ground, but like on this like chair I found, and then what I did is I went like, "Oh, oh," like that, meaning like my hands were burning. I was like, mm. And then when I picked up the food again, I was like, Jesus, what did they cook this food in lava? Dang. It was like the food from Nando's when I delivered it, it was like roasting hot. It's like, what are they cooking? Lava or something? Like, jeez. But it was burning my hands. I felt like I was in the sauna, but they turned like the hot level up so high. Like, they're like, "Oh, we don't care if you're gonna faint. We're just gonna put it up to this high." Oh, okay. Thank you. Thanks for that. Oof. I think one of the funniest deliveries was that I delivered McDonald's to the wrong house once. I remember this so much. I went to this person's house and I almost gave them the McDonald's, and then when I said like, "Isn't this," and I'm not gonna say the address, I said, "Isn't this blah blah blah," and they were like, "Oh no, this is blah blah blah," and I was like, oh shit, I drove to the wrong house. And I told the person, like, I'm sorry, I drove to the wrong house. And they were like, how did you drive to the wrong house? And I was like, dude, you know the street looks exactly like the same as yours? And they're like, oh, actually it doesn't. And I was like, oh yeah, how? And they're like, you do realize that house, like the street you went on, it has a pink house. Our house is next to the purple house. And I was like, pink? Purple? Who lives next to, who's in the pink house? Barbie. And they were like, we don't know. And I said, well, who's next to the purple house? Well, actually, real question is, who's in the purple house? Barney the dinosaur. Jeez. I do not understand why on the different streets there was a pink house and a purple house. Ugh. What's next? There's gonna be a red house with like a yellow door. I'm gonna be asking, who lives in Ronald McDonald? Yeah, jeez. I mean, I don't mind color pink, but who wants to live in a pink house? If you want to be like Barbie, that's fine. Barney the dinosaur for purple, that's fine, but Ronald McDonald for red and yellow? Yeah, no. Unless you're trying to be like Deadpool Wolverine, like red and yellow, red and yellow, red and yellow. Uh-huh. You know what it is. I know there's one called Black and Yellow, but there's another one for Deadpool 3, like red and yellow, red and yellow, red and yellow. Uh-huh. You know what it is. Do you remember the big brown bear in the blue house? What? Brown bear in blue house. You're probably too young to remember that as a kid. Isn't that Care Bears? Oh no, wait, that's not Care Bears. What the? Ow! I just hit my eye. Ah, that. Ow! Oh, that hurt. Mother of Godzilla! Oh. Mm, oh. That is why I need to remember I'm wearing glasses and not to hit my eye. Oh. This part of the glasses, one point at this part, when I hit it, it went back and it, like, sort of punched me in, like, this part of the eye. Oh, I'm okay though, I'm alright. Can my charger please stop falling off my phone? Because I don't want my phone dying. So, what's the big brown bear in the blue house? What's that? And by the way, guys, I'm gonna go live again soon. I'm just gonna order some food. I don't know what to order. Either McDonald's, Dunkin' Donuts, KFC, or I don't know. I'll probably order something. You know this finger, this one, used to have a long ass nail, and it was like around that big. Right? So it's like this now, but it was like this big. That was how long my nail was. And whenever I like give like one cousin's like this is what I did, right? On my birthday I gave one of my cousins a hug. But like this, right, the nail, the long ass nail, was like sort of like stabbing him in his back. He was like, ah, and I was like, what? And he said, I think there's a bug on me, dude. And I was like, I don't see anything. He was like, what was that sharp thing that hit me, dude? And I was like, oh, that must have been my fingernail. And then he looked at it, like, he was like, why is your fingernail long? And I was like, well, I haven't cut it yet. And he said, geez, look at your fingernail. You're like a werewolf. And I was like, a werewolf? I'm pretty sure vampires have long nails too. And he was like, no, I think werewolves do. And I said, no, I'm pretty sure vampires as well. Do you eat? Okay. I did not expect someone to ask that question. Do you eat? Do you mean oh gosh. Well, I'm not gonna say it. I don't get what you're meaning by that, dude, but just do not ask that, please. I can tell what you're meaning, and I'm not gonna answer that question because it's both one, weird, and two, it sounds wrong. Yeah, he means that, but I don't eat it because let's see, if you eat like a raw steak or a raw chicken, you're gonna get sick. You do realize that you'd get sick. It's like I think like a health concern or something. Like what? You think I would just go up to a restaurant and say, "Hey, can I have a steak, but instead of cooking it, can I have a raw?" Like no, no, dude, just no. I'm not gonna like say, I'm not gonna go up to a restaurant and say to a waiter, "I know you cook your like steaks and stuff, but can I have a raw?" No, it's a health concern. I'm not gonna like go up to a waiter and say, "Oh, can I have a steak, but instead of can I have a raw?" No, it's a health concern. It's weird and it's well disgusting. The waiter will probably look at me like, even though I wouldn't, but let's just say if I did, the waiter would probably look at me like, "Is this guy alright?" I could tell the waiter would look at me like they'd probably be thinking like, I can't tell if this guy is from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest or if he's saying it as like a joke for like a video, even though I don't have TikTok. Because I am confused on how to use TikTok. I even though I have it, I tried, one of my cousins gave me his phone, he was like, try and like use TikTok on my phone, and I tried, I had no clue what to do. Because it was so confusing, like every, like, you know how the search bar is like sort of up? His for him was like down, and I was like, dude, I feel like I'm trying to use like a computer, but I don't know how to use it. He was like, dude, it feels like you're new to society, and I was like, I'm not, I have a phone. I'm not new to society. I'm not like one of those like people that like I'm not like one of those people that are new to like technology and stuff. And he says, "You're basically an unk," and I was like, "Do not call me that, dude. Do not call me that." I know what technology is. Even though I don't keep up with much of the slangs because half of them's still new. I mean, I didn't know what slay was until one of my close friends said, "Oh, slay means like this," and I was like, "Ah, that's what slay means." I don't know what fire meant until one of my friends pointed out, "Oh, this is what fire means." I was like, "Yeah, I half the time I can't tell sometimes the slangs." Sorry, I'm so mad, but a person I asked to never show up, and he just showed up. Who? Who showed up? Where? Who's the one that showed up? Where? Bradley, hello, and please. And I'll say that. And bro, stop saying, yeah, at my house. Well, who turned up? Oh, I'm so itchy. It's because, like, sometimes I get itchy. Somebody I used to talk to. But you didn't have to cut me off. Like it never happened and that we're enough. I don't even need your love. Now you're just somebody that I used to know. Somebody. Sorry, it just reminded me of that song. When you said somebody I used to talk to. Somebody that I used to know. Somebody. It's one of my favorite songs. I sung it once at karaoke and I sung it so well, and like one of my cousins just looked at me like, huh? He told me my dad said he can come, but oh well, I locked all the doors so he can leave. You mean you unlocked all the doors so he can leave? Or do you mean you locked all the doors so he can't leave? God, I feel like I'm trying to like understand like like the crossword puzzles, because I do crossword puzzles with one of my grandmothers. Half of the questions they ask, half the time I understand what it's meaning. I do sometimes crossword puzzles with grandparents, or I do like the word searches, if you get what I mean. Like, like you know how like it's all the words muddled up and you gotta try and get the letters together, if that makes sense. Sort of like Scrabble in a way. Interesting and cool. Like sure it gets frustrating trying to do it, but it's like really relaxing. I put on like my favorite music, but I try and find something more calm because half the music I listen to is rap or rock and roll or country or hip hop or pop or anything, but I don't want them to listen to like Ice Cube or anything. Cause like my grandparents isn't really into rap. Well, they're into rock and roll and stuff, but they're not into rap. I tried one time. Hey, Danny Tucker. I'll answer that soon. I played one of my other favorite songs from Eminem, which was Godzilla, and I accidentally played it once, right? And, one of my grandparents was like, can you put this to a different song, please? And I was like, is it because it's like too like fun for you? And they're like, oh no, it's just because we don't really like rap. And I'm like, ew. I think one of my other favorite songs would have to be probably Paradise City by Guns N' Roses. I do Sweet Child of Mine, but I have a lot of favorites, but Paradise City comes to mind. Take me down to the Paradise City where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. Oh, take me home. When I heard that movie, I couldn't stop singing it. Take me down to the Paradise City where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. I want you to take me home. It's a good Guns N' Roses song. It's a very good song. It was in Full Love and Full, which is one of my least favorite Marvel movies. I'm not saying why, but I will say because it's full on comedy. There's well, sure, there's action, but it's just full on comedy. And it also appeared in this one called The Wrecking Crew. It's a Jason Momoa movie. Very funny and great action. I think because that movie, the brothers dynamic, it sort of reminds me of me and my older brother. We don't argue. We don't argue. Like we're like yeah. The reason why I love the Wrecking Crew is because the dynamic of the brothers played by Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista, it's sort of me and my older brother, except the thing is we don't ever argue. That's the thing. We like sure like you get what I'm saying. Like siblings, older siblings, younger siblings, like banter, right? That's what we have. Me and him, we have banter. Same as me and my older sister. So like me and my older sibling love me, right? But sometimes we have banter. So like one time, how do I explain this in the way? One time, I one of my older siblings, like my older brother, he had ice cream in the freezer, and as a joke, I grabbed it and I ate it. Like I ate the whole thing. And when he opened it, he was like, "Where's my ice cream?" And then I showed him the empty tub, and he was like, "You you ate my ice cream?" And I was like, "Yeah, it was delicious. Mmm." He was like, "You better give my ice cream back." And I was like, "Well, want me to throw it all up for you? Because I can. Just give me 3 or 4 hours and I'll do that." And he said, "No, no, no, no. Buy me a new tub of ice cream." And I said, "Nah, I won't." And then he said, "Oh," he opened like the refrigerator. He said, "Oh, I don't have any dinner." And I said, "Well, there's one thing you could have for dinner, although it's dessert." And then he said, "What is it?" And I said, "You can have ice cream for dinner slash dessert." It was like, "Oh, you're such a dick." And I was like, "I know." It was good ice cream though. It was peanut butter flavor. It was Ben and Jerry's. It was the peanut butter flavor. Me and him like always like him and my older sister. We always tease each other. That's like what our banter is. We always just tease each other. We love each other. We're siblings, but we tease each other. And the funniest thing is when I grabbed his ice cream, I was like I was saying this in like a funny way. I wasn't meaning in a rude way. If anyone likes peanut butter, I don't because it's just too creamy. I was like, oh, peanut butter. And then I said like when I was like eating, I was like, this is such a flavor. It was like it wasn't even that good to be honest. Every time I was like eating the peanut butter flavor, I was like, oh, this is so bad. Even though I do sort of like peanut butter, I mean the only peanut butter I only liked was Jif. I like Jif. I never liked that peanut butter Skippy, because Skippy was like too it had like too much peanut in a way, if that makes sense. But Jif, nah, Jif had like a bit of peanut butter. Jif was good. I love Jif. Thing is, what I would do, right, and I still have to this day, I have peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but you guys know the marshmallow spread fluff? Marshmallow fluff? I put fluff on my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches because that's what I call that my sugar meal. What I do. So I have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and I put the marshmallow fluff on it, and that's what I call my big meal or my big breakfast or whatever. And it's very good. I love that sandwich. Most of the time I have that with my Coca-Cola or Mountain Dew. And in my head I'm thinking like, gosh, I eat that for breakfast every day. I'm like Stampy from Minecraft when, even though it was the Minecraft, he ate cake every morning. And like as he said in Minecraft story mode, before Telltale got shut down and I couldn't play it ever again, which I still missed that game to the very day because it's childhood. As Stampy said in season 2, but I love cake, my favourite foods. I have it every day for breakfast. I love Stampy and Dan TDM because I grew up watching them a lot. And it's sad that Stampy's Lovely World ended. I was sad when it announced it was ending. I was like, no. I was so sad it was ending. Oh yeah, that's Cat's Eye. I love Cat's Eye. That's one of my favorite groups. One of my other favorite groups would have from K-pop would have to be BTS. BTS. I'm the biggest BTS fan because guess this, guys. You ready to hear this? One of my best slash close friends, he introduced me to BTS because he was listening to Dynamite, and I was like, oh, what's this? I was like, BTS, because he has autism like me, and he showed me their music, and I was like, oh, and I was like, what's this song? And he was like, I'll butter for you, and I said, okay. And then it was like, smooth like butter, like a criminal undercover, and I was like, oh, this is my vibe. And then he said this to me. He said this to me. You should listen to BTS. It's very good. And I said, alright, I'll listen to BTS. Alright then. I'll listen to it. And then I've been with BTS ever since. Never stopped. I love BTS. When I heard they were making a comeback, obviously I was like, yep, I'm doing that. Oh my gosh, I was home alone that day and I shouted at the top of my lungs, BTS is back! They're back, baby! They're back and they're never going away again! Yes! Although I felt bad for my neighbors that day because they probably just heard me screaming BTS for like an hour on end. They were probably thinking, is that guy okay? Yes, I was fine, neighbors, I was fine. I was okay. I just got excited that BTS returned. I'm a country girly, lol. I listen to old country and gospel music. I love country music. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mine's a mama. Take me home, country roads. And I'm not gonna sing the full song. So don't ever try to get me to sing that full song. Hi, Elizabeth. Whatever you guys do, do not try and get me to sing Country Roads. Please, I want to sing the whole thing. Like, please don't. I don't ever want to sing covers of songs that I know and love. Because the last time I tried, someone said to me that my singing was shit, and I said, well, at least I tried, dude. And they were like, cause you're too high pitched. I was like, dude, it's music I love, and if you don't like it, that's what's. Get my phone going off charge. Here, this is what I'll do. I'll set up. There. Now my phone can charge. Ugh, it kept going off charge because every time I was trying to set up or get up, my phone would my charger would fall off, and I was like, if my charger falls off one more time, I swear to God, I'm gonna throw the charger in the dumpster. No, I won't do that. I love that charger. Hey girl, hey Brooklyn, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing well, thank you. Just being live, and being alive. And soon I'm gonna have some food and probably watch like a show or something. I've been rewatching my favorite Scottish sitcom they got off Netflix called Still Game. Very good show. I recommend people watch it. It's a very good show. You would love the Scottish sitcom. 29 minutes for every episode. Even though there's 6 seasons on there, you can find the last 3 on YouTube. Just search up like season 7, season 8, season 9, and it'll just, I'll show it to you. It's good. I watched that show when it came on Netflix around COVID. I was like cause long story short is I was playing with one of my best friends on Fortnite and GTA. Half the time I got bored and I went on Netflix at the time and I was watching it and I was like, oh, I'm getting addicted to the show, and then I did. It was very good. Very funny. Emotional sometimes, but very funny. And they have good music on there some too. That's how I got introduced to the song called Beautiful Sunday. That's a great song. When it was by a guy called like Boone, it reminded me of like a guy called Benson Boone. That's one of my favorite singers. Please, I need you, oh God, don't take these beautiful things that I got. Please stay. Oh, oh, oh. That's one of my favorite songs. And one of my other favorites, Benson Boone. Mystical, magical. I love Benson Boone. One of my favorite songs. And if anyone is wondering what these pajamas are, okay, try and think of this that you can. What do you think that is? Try and guess. It's from a movie. It's from an old childhood movie. Try and guess. Try and guess what that is. That hat. Try and guess. Come on, it's from an old kids movie. Let me give you a hint. Kid with glasses. Kid with glasses. There's a hat. There's. Oh, can't show that because that's. Might give it away. Oh. A flying letter envelope. Yep, Harry Potter, you got it right. You got it right. No one was guessing that anyways. I was like, there's a hat, can't show that because they'll spoil it. There's a scarf, there's a lightning bolt, there's the letter, and someone's like, Harry Potter, and I was like, God, so you're the only one that guessed it, no one did. There's no one in this live ever seen Harry Potter. One of my childhood favorite movies. No one has seen Harry Potter. If no one has seen it, gosh, you've never seen good movies then. You've never seen a classic. Harry Potter is a classic. Well then why didn't you guess it then, Danny? Why didn't you guess it? I'm not being rude, I'm just like saying it as a joking way. Some of you guys are like one of my friends, cause sometimes we play charades, but we play like the movie edition. And sometimes do like Ghostbusters, but half the time you can't get it. He's like, Men in Black. I'm like, no, it's got ghosts. And he's like, oh, Never Ending Story. I'm like, what kind of a movie And since I love Never Ending Story, Jesus, what kind of a movie like that with ghosts in it? And he said, "Isn't that the movie with ghosts?" And I was like, "It came out in 1984, and the sequel came out in 1980." And before I finished, he was like, "Blues Brothers," and I was like, "No, Blues Brothers came out in 1980." And he was like, "Uh, I can't think. Like, think of a good movie. Think of a movie that we both love." And he was like, "Christmas Carol," and I was like, "I give up. I give." He is bad at charades. Every time I say Ghostbusters, he was like, "Oh, oh, I couldn't guess that." And I was like, "Ghosts, the winds, the proton packs, the who you gonna call?" And he was like, "Oh, I thought you were just saying that as a trick." And I was like, "This is why I don't like playing charades with you, dude. You couldn't even guess like Back to the Future. It took him. Oh, let's see. It took him half an hour to figure it out." I was like, "What's the movie with the car that times travels forward and backwards in time?" And he said, "Tomb Raider." And I said, "No." And he said, "Runner." "No." "Tron." "No." R.I.P.D. "No." That's the movie with like ghouls and stuff, or Reynolds. "Oh, then I don't know." I'm playing charades. The movie edition with my cousins are better because they at least know the movies. They've seen all the movies I know, except one of my cousins didn't, because I was saying like the major one of my childhood favorite movies, and they were like Indiana Jones, another childhood favorite, but I was like, no. Star Wars, another childhood favorite, no. Busters, childhood favorite, but no. I want McDonald's now, apparently, or Dunkin'. Like, I want something sweet. Maybe donuts. I really want donuts. I really do. Oh, but people have always told me Krispy Kreme is better than Dunkin'. No, Dunkin' better. I mean, no offense to people like Krispy Kreme, but all the donuts are just glazed, but it's got all the stuff in it. You know, it's just got the icing and it's got like the chocolate and stuff in it. I like because there's different donuts. Although the only donuts I don't like from the Dunkin', I don't like the blueberry one because I hate blueberries. Um, and I hate the apple feather one. Oh, I may like apple. Oh, the donut. Jeez. One of my favorite donuts that they took off, which I was sad about, was the French crullers. That was my favorite. I also love Boston cream, glazed, chocolate glazed, and the powdered. I like the powdered donuts. It's very good. I love powdered donuts. Although one time when I was eating it, I almost choked because there was, you know how there's like shit ton of powder in the donut? One time I took a big bite out of it, most of the powder went down into my throat. I was like, and my older siblings were like, "Are you alright?" I was like, "I almost choked on a powdered donut." The food Dunkin' sometimes when I go there is the donuts I love, and I either get a caramel milkshake or a coffee, and I like the coffee. Or sometimes I get the sprinkled donuts. Gosh, I'm talking about donuts, and then like I don't know whether to get like donuts or like burgers or like pizza or something, and I'm like talking about donuts. I'm like, oh, now donuts. So yeah, gotta go. Bye. All right, see ya. I'm gonna go live for 2 more minutes, and then I'm gonna order food, eat, and then come back. What else to talk about? What else? I saw a video, and even though I wasn't really funny, I couldn't stop laughing in it. I know it's gonna seem like rude. It's rude, but like if it was like it's a bit funny, but I couldn't stop laughing at it. It was like there was this guy who had a cover over like a grave, right? like, you know, that they put the covers on, like, before, like, a funeral. And, like, there was this, like, guy, he was, like, a priest or something, and he grabbed his Bible, and he was walking back to this chair, and he stepped on the cover, and he fell through, and he fell into the grave, and I was like... But I was trying my best not to laugh, because I realized, like, wait, it's best not to laugh about that. Funny. But my older siblings were, like, pissing themselves laughing, and like they were like laughing so much, not like actually pissing themselves, but meaning like they were laughing so much, and they were like, "Oh my god, he fell into the hole!" And then one of my older siblings said, "Well, I don't think he got out," and I was like, "Look, I'm like, guys, it's not meant to be funny," and they're like, "Oh yeah, yeah, sorry, it's not meant to be funny, sorry," and I was like, "It's not funny," and they were like, "Yeah, sorry." A bit awkward though when I called them out for laughing at that, because we all just stared at each other and we just stared at the video like, so did we watch a different video or do we just sit here in silence? Like we just got yelled at by Gordon Ramsay. It is funny, that's why they posted it. Oh, I do feel bad for the priest though, because he just stepped on the cover and he fell through. He probably got injured. I mean, what do you think like the family for or like the friends for when they see like cover is like in the hole and like he's in there too and they're like, "What are you doing there?" "Oh, I fell in." They're gonna be wondering how. Like I'm not trying to be funny, well sort of. Like imagine they turned up and they're like, "Where's the priest gone?" And then like the priest is like in there and they're like, "Dude, you're meant to get out. Why are you in there?" And he's like, "Oh, I fell in." I feel bad for him too, but he obviously gave consent for it to be posted. True. Although maybe he didn't know though, that's the thing. What if he didn't know? What if no one told him like, "Oh, do you mind if we like record you, we put this on like YouTube or TikTok?" And yeah. I imagine someone told him like, "Dude, you know you're on TikTok because you fell in the hole?" He's gonna be thinking like, "It's on what now? It's on social media?" That's effed up. Yeah, it is effed up. If I saw that, to be honest, the one thing I would do, since I'm so kind, I would have gone over to help him, like, get out. I would have said, "Hey, dude, grab my hand, quick, grab my hand, quick, grab my hand." If he was like, "What about the covers?" I'd been like, "Grab the covers, throw it up here, I'll put it over here next to me, but I'll grab your hand, quick. You can get out the hole." It's not funny, but I would have started screaming, "Somebody help, he fell in." Well, not like really fell in. It's just like I feel like he didn't see the like where the covers was. It wasn't his fault, but like I was thinking like, dude, didn't you see where the covers was? One minute he walks somewhere because I think he grabbed the Bible because like you know I think he was preparing right, and then when he was walking back like hey like my shirt's like the cover. Well, this part is the covers right, and this is the hole. It was covering one part of the hole sort of, and when he like stepped on it, he fell through and then he fell into it. And then I saw when he you know when he had the Bible in his hands, he threw it up in the air. I don't know where it landed though. That's the thing. And I was like, please tell me someone helped him out. Is he okay? Praise Jesus. To be honest, I hope he's okay though. That's the thing. Although I'm trying to be funny again, but I wonder if like if he didn't give consent to be on social media, I wonder how the people would have felt. Like would have told him. Like I wonder and said, "Hey sir, do you know you're on social media when you fell in the hole?" People he's probably gonna think, "I'm on what now?" Ooh. I wonder if he told anyone like yeah, yeah, true. But I'm like wondering like if he ever told the family that he fell in. It's despicable to the family of the people who passed away in him. Well, I feel like if he told the family, they would probably be pretty pissed at him because he fell through. The thing is, I'm trying to wonder one thing. If he stepped onto, like, you know, where the hole was, why didn't he just walk around? I would have just walked around, like, sure, there's a cut, but I'm gonna walk around. I'm not gonna walk onto it. I would have been like, nah, I don't wanna step on that because it's disrespectful. I'm just gonna walk around. Who like thinks like, oh, even though it's half covered, I'm gonna step on it. Hopefully I won't fall in. He didn't mean to. As the person digging for like, there's usually no cover, it's usually open hole. The hole should be open so it's visible. I mean, people put the covers on just in case. They put the covers on just in case, though. That's the thing. I think, like, to prepare for, like, the thing in the ground. Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, they normally, do it sometimes. They cover it up so, like, not like it scares people, but just to show, like, oh, we're about to put it right now in the ground and stuff. I don't know what to talk about now. I recorded, the premieres early hours this morning when I came back, and then when I finished editing them, I went to sleep. Probably before I get there. Seen those videos of dogs jumping in of their owners? No, I have not, because one, it would make me cry, and two, I would think, why is your dog jumping in? Like, I get they would miss them, sure, but like, I just, I don't want to go through like so many like tears watching that. I mean, I would get it. I get it because, like, they probably miss their owners and they probably understand. One time, every time I went to school, like in the morning, right before I dropped out due to bullying, my he would always like, cause he loves me so much, he gets clingy to me, and whenever he would see me cry, like, oh my god, not cry, whenever he'd see me go to fight, he would like cry, like, oh, like meaning he didn't want me to go. Every time I got out the door, I would hear him like cry so much, and then I would always think like, it's alright, buddy, it's alright. I'm coming back in a few hours, you're alright. And then whenever he sees me come back, sometimes I hear him cry, but then when he sees me, I see him like smile, like, and then he just runs at me. He would just run at me and like, oh, like Papa, he would jump up a bit and then like he would just like do like running around cool zigzags and then quickly comes back to me and he sits down and I'd say, little buddy, hello, have you been good? And he's like, so it's like he's like communicating with me. And every time I would sit down and have breakfast, lunch, or dinner, he would sit down like on the bottom of my bed, but I would pick him up and put him on my bed to relax with me. He wouldn't eat my food. He wouldn't. He just stares at me. Because, like, he would want me to give him pets, but I'm like, I'm your buddy, but I'll give you a pet soon. He's a really good puppy. He's a good dog. He likes going on walks. Whenever I'm not working or like before work, I play with my dog to like let him know that I'll be back. And then after work, I go back and I see him. Most of the time, I'm in the store, picking up treats or new toys for him. Because, I like treating him. You know, every time I like tell those stories to like my family, like cousins, uncles, and aunties, they're always like, "Damn, you're such a good owner." And one of my grandparents, when I told them the story, they're like, "Damn, you're like so thoughtful. You're always there for your dog." And I said, "Well, he's been there for me since he was born, 2021, and I love him. He's a good boy, but to be honest, can I be that one thing, guys? He's a good boy, but he's sometimes a little shit at times." Sometimes when he goes off to the bathroom outside, one time I'm about to go, but I'm gonna tell this quick story first. One time we were about to go to bed, but he needed to go to the bathroom like outside, right? So I took my dog outside and he's out there for like maybe 40 minutes. I'm like, hurry up, dude, it's cold, get inside. And then I see him staring at something, but he's staring at the tree. And because he sees a bird up there, well, he hears the bird tweeting. And I'm like, dude, come on, come on, get inside, come on, it's cold. And then I said, buddy, get inside. And I start walking up to him. Like, zooms right past me to the door. I was like, Jesus. I feel like I had a flash as a dog. Then when I was about to get inside, he zooms right past me again, going back outside, and I was like, dude, don't. And then when I was trying to get to him, he goes back inside, and then when I'm about to get to the door, he goes back outside, and I'm like, I'm not playing this game, mate. Get inside right now. And then I just realized like he's trying to like play those games with me, and I was like, all right, I'm going inside. I'm closing and locking the door. Bye. And then he just runs in, and then I'm like, you ever do that to me again? I'm locking you outside. But I don't actually mean it. It's just I am not playing those games with him ever again. You know, one time he go to the bathroom. It was raining. He went out there for 2 seconds. He went bathroom and he ran inside. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that you hate the rain. And he was soaking wet and he was shivering. I was like, oh, dude, let me grab you a towel. I'll wrap you up in it. I just wrapped him up in it. He was like shivering a bit, but like I put some his blanket on him, and I was like, there you go, buddy. And then he would go close up to me, so I let him lay on my like chest over here, so he'd have his blankets on, so he'd have his head right up to my neck over here, and his like him was like all over, like him like here, so head on my like sort of on my neck, covered in blankets, and I could just hear him like snoring. And do you want to know the funniest? Half the time when I'm hungry or trying to grab a drink, I wouldn't be able to get up. I'd be like, great, now I have to text my older siblings if they could make me something. And whenever they'd see him playing on me, they're like, "Aww," and I'm like, "Don't wake him." Half the time he'd wake up, but he wouldn't even get up. This is what he'd do, right? He would get up, even hurt when he gets up. He turns around somewhere, and then goes, plops back down, and falls back asleep. I'm like, thank you for turning around, I guess. Because the time he got up, turned around to this side, and was like, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's okay. I was like, buddy, I love you, but I think you crushed my spine or something. And then when like my older brother was like, "You alright?" No, he was like, I was like, "No, it feels like he's crushing my voice." And he was like, "Dude," and you know what he said to me, which made me laugh out loud, which I did not mean to, because I interrupted him sleeping. He said, "You sounding like you sound like either E.T. or you sound like you just got kicked in the throat." And I was like, I was laughing so. But I accidentally interrupted him sleeping. I was like, "Oh, sorry, buddy, sorry that I interrupted you, sorry." And he was like yawning, and then he got off me, and then he just laid right next to me, and I was like, "Thank you." I was like, "I can breathe again," but then he got up and went back to me, and I was like, "Damn it." I celebrated for 2 seconds. I was like, "Yay, I'm fine," and then he comes back to lie on me, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. But I like hanging out with my dog. So like mostly if I'm not posting, just mostly hanging out with my dog. Half the time when he sees me in the pool, he wants to jump in, but he forgets he's a small dog. And I'm like, no, buddy, you can't jump in. You can't jump in. You'll like get hurt or you'll drown. But then I carry him, and then so he can feel the water. But like half the time he does like these doggy paddles like this, like I can with both hands, but he does it like this. I'm like, oh, do you love swimming? Yes, you do. You love swimming, don't you? And when he gets out, he wants me to like wrap him in a towel because he's shivering. And I do like this like little like baby voice to him. I'll say it quickly before I go. I'm like, hello, little buddy. Did you love the pool? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I think I scare him sometimes doing that, to be honest. I'm like, did you like the pool? Yes, you did. Okay, I'm gonna go now. I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna go eat and I'm gonna feed him some food. Love you guys. See you guys later. Bye.